Okay. Welcome everybody out there. We are live at Vyre Studios, Vyre TV Network, 2020 Bay Street, just a little bit from downtown. And I want to be able to say that this is a blessing. 32 years in the making, the Dakar Foundation is streaming live on National Apprenticeship Day, 2025. And I've got some of my friends with me. To my left here, what do I have?
Hello, I'm Heidi.
And to my right, what do I have?
My name is CJ. I'm a mentee of the Dakar Foundation. Nice to meet you.
And this is an opportunity for us to meet all of our opportunities, challenges to produce an event that is going to be, again, back behind the scenes, all of the making of. We're going to do post of all these things that these young people have participated in. The most important thing, though, this is our opportunity to participate in National Apprenticeship Day. And we want all the nonprofit organizations who are in pre-apprenticeship and apprenticeship to join us in celebrating this day. So we'll hope to be able to see you on the other side in our post-production, as well as some of the streaming and the sharing of the comedy show, for you guys to be able to pick up our spirit and our energy. But I'm going to ask Heidi, off the top of your head, what are you thinking of?
At the top of my head, being here, National Apprenticeship Day is a day to learn, a day to connect with more people. Yeah, I think it's an opportunity for people who have many years of experience to be able to mentor and bring all that knowledge and provide it to people who are just starting. And I think it's a good example of how people are giving back to.
Tell us a little bit about your journey, where you started to think about yourself as a creative.
Yeah. So I've been doing creative work, a lot of being a part of creative sectors. At the moment, I'm a senior at Viola, and I would love to be able to work in the creative administration side of the industry. And I want you to support all departments within the industry and find a way where we can really push forward projects.
Okay, fantastic. I'm ask my friend over here to the right. Okay, tell us a little bit about your journey.
I was pretty much born to be an entertainer. Didn't always have the confidence. That came later around high school. In high school, I started off with poetry, writing lyrics, trying to write scripts, and now I'm just grateful to be here and able to learn and apply what I already know.
8 people that are in the apprenticeship program that are here today to work and apply everything that they've brought forward to collaboration. So I want to be able to show you guys some of the work that we're doing, and I'm going to be leaving here in a few minutes to go downstairs and join our comedy show. So we're going to have some behind the scenes capture of a live event production. It's called Laughh Back. It's an homage to Def Comedy Jam. It's a comedy show that will feature up and coming comedians. So I hope you guys enjoy some of the stream. See you in a few minutes. Okay.
Add your other phone to the stage. Notice it behind you.
Okay, follow us, guys. Come on, guys.
Yeah, look at it. And adjust your camera.
Okay, we're gonna go this way. Okay, watch your steps and let's come on downstairs. You guys go ahead of me. Take a seat. Hey, Keon, can you hold this phone just like this a second? We're live streaming right now. Oh, your pants.
Okay, okay, got it.
Stay below the heat. So,
Yeah. What you want me to turn it? Like this? What? Oh, okay. All right. Hey, he's not gonna have me hold this whole time, right? Huh? I mean, I was going around like I'm not trying to just hold it. I'm not gonna lie. I said it. All right. Oh, my fault. In front of the cameras. Are you? Okay. All right, bro. Nah, no. Nah, I love Dakar and what he's doing for us. He's doing a lot for us, and I like that he's gonna help everybody around him. Oh. And now, girl,
to make it easy.
yeah, nah, like I didn't know he was just randomly gonna. Okay, yeah, we can talk about. Oh, I mean, Hey, can you hold this real quick? As I try to go get a tripod to put this on, could you hold this real quick? I'm sorry? Could you hold this live stream real quick while I go put a tripod? Just face it. No, just face it this way. Yeah, like that. You don't need to like hold it up like that all the time. Okay. Yeah, if you can rest it, you don't need to rest. Just put it on your lap.
Oh, from that?
Like that.
Each but stepping take calm,
I don't know. Send it to me. Let's settle down. Something's got. Okay, I think. Let's be honest here. I don't know. What? Let's figure this out.
Yeah, that's gonna be a best thing. So let's see. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna put it right.
Testing.
So let me see. What I need to display. I just need this down. So that so essentially, if we're cutting, if we're going to cut these two zero angles, then we'll keep everything else running, and then we'll slate. Right. Yeah. So you were switching me now. Second. And please come on, is that?
No, not said.
Oh, yeah, we have, just keep that in mind, that is your job, please, not use that.
Oh, I want to know everything. Is he going to tell me everything?
So he's gonna tell you. He'll dictate to you. Right. Yeah. So, and now I'm probably, I don't know. Yeah, all my. So, and whatever you cut, whatever you don't, you just say, let him do it. And then he'll just. No, I'm not sure. All right, I'm thinking ready to go. You're gonna get boned when I talk with you. Why that? Oh.
Hey. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, right. It's cool. He's backstage. I got my camera up anyway, so that's. We have actual experience to contrast against what he's saying. When I said all of these degrees are fucking figure it out.
Well, production can often be that. It's not that unusual.
One more time. When they're next. I think Chris is gonna green light. Chris is green light now.
I mean, obviously he's gonna say it, but like, who's actually bringing them in?
Are they all here in the audience already? You're gonna get pulled up to the stage?
I mean, if that's how that works, I just thought they were coming out of like somewhere else.
No, I think this is it. Yeah, he'll probably just say, all right, next, go to the stage, such, you know, give it up.
Just so everyone knows, this is our hero line. It's not the amplified, but it's also post. Check out who it is. I think we're so Ivan earns correct. This one here is so. How's that? Set. Okay, set. I like a little.
DJ. DJ. Oh.
Wait. That's okay. Yeah, this is 25. So this is fixed. That's fine. Okay. Oh, well, I got you. How are you? Good. Can I see you speak? Almost. No, you might screw him under this. Why is it mess up? Actually, why don't you cross cover? We got a cover, you never had it done before this one. Cross cover. You can live right here. You got a nice flight here. That's great. Right now, man. You can lose it. If you're body, you can take this camera. It's a set.
One on, man.
Okay,
Sorry. Yeah, go to the camera.
when Geo is finished with that camera, I'm gonna get you one, so you can start getting an idea. All of this, right? It's more of a point of view.
Hold it up in the left part.
I understand, I guess like, this, so, you kind of.
Every now and then, you get opportunity, come on stage. I'll tell you, you can come on stage with me. You can get those concepts. All of the audience.
Outside.
And I'm gonna give you, I'm gonna try to, lay on that, just kind of keep everything discussed. But yeah, I'm gonna start with one. Okay. All right. Well,
My camera. You got next.
That's too late.
Let's go ahead and roll the chairs. Are you rolling? Is that guy in the back rolling? You guys are all working in the back? You did. Oh, yeah. All right. Whatever. I'm going here. Yeah, well, you be the last to roll because you have the precious skill. So you be the last to roll. And let me know when the call is set. You're set, all right? How much time do you have to roll? How long can you roll? Huh? Kevin, you're good. You good? Yeah. Already.
It's rolling over here.
I think this one, you want to see it here?
Yeah. Yeah. Can you stand in? Yeah.
Oh, yes.
CJ, finish start. Right there.
What you got here?
This one? And then follow?
Yeah, this is gonna fall.
Can you take back and forth? What you doing?
That's cool.
Maybe give me a little bit wider. A little wider? Yeah, just a little less than a cowboy.
This is?
Yeah. Okay. Little, even more. I want to feel I mean, just a little less than a cowboy.
This?
That's it. Like a less than.
Perfect. But you see on the back. You want?
I don't mind saying.
Okay. So I want to give you more like this. You can shot. This one, no, like this.
I want to. You can just, you'll take it in the right one.
See, the shot here goes more like this instead of more like this.
Yeah.
It gets you more kind of.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, it's like on a pure. I like
Yeah, you know?
Because we like to feel the audience sometimes. Let's not look, let's see if they can find it.
But this is not for the audience, this is for you.
I know, but so I can,
But this is, I want to feel, you see this right here.
yeah, that's a wide shot.
This is wide shot.
So that's, yeah, that's for geography.
Right.
But I want to feel the audience. So
You want to feel a little bit?
I want to feel, I just want to feel a little bit. Is there anybody here that can sit there? Huh, that's our audience, right?
No, because I'm on you. Remember, even though they're gonna sit here,
I get it, that's why.
I have to wire up in a lot.
Yeah, that's why I'm not there.
I'm a 50 already.
You're 50?
Yeah, I'm already on 50.
Okay, can you go on our meeting? Cool. And then pace back and forth, give me the whole page, please.
You're still also the audience.
All right, so let's back it up. Back to the camera.
Because then you want to see the audience.
Yeah. It's okay, go back it up.
I have to go down to the
No,
board.
no, I don't want to go down. I just want to back. So you take.
You want to back up a little bit? All right.
No. Hey, that feels good. Yeah.
Is there any more like?
Go back and forth.
Excuse me, sir. Sonny, when you get a chance, can I use one of your battery packs? When you get a chance, can I use one of your charger battery packs? I have a cable. Unless you want to keep it all together and I use your cable and replace it all to you.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So we're not fighting, and then you should be able to.
Kev, excuse me, are you seeing and hearing everything that I had? Okay.
I'm not hearing it.
I unmuted it, so it should be playing some sound.
No audio up here.
What the fuck? Testing. 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 Test. 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 Test.
Now, that was fucking Dave Chappelle. Let's say a little less funny. Let's say a little less funny. And yeah. Now just give me some laughs. Give me some laughs without the clap, and just give me a nice little laugh. This. I think editing would fucking. All right, no. Do that again, and it's now give me a. Oh my God! That motherfucker funny. Now, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. Now, you just heard. Shit's just fucking hilarious. And give me raucous laughter for at least 5 seconds. And go. Try not to get any underbar brothers and sisters. Don't get any comedians as well. All right, cool. Give me a 2 sentences. Right from my end, right from that, right? Yep. And just give me a nice little shot. Just you two. Cool. And we'll see him. It's Hollywood. Let's bring our comedians out, and I can jump out of there. If you can come to this chair, come to this. No, right here. So if you're very this one, yep. And then just these 4, and I want down the barrel, and please, I have the comedian step up. This way. Yes, actually, on. Is it the old? Okay. And screws. And you can select. And I think we've done. while this motherfucker finds his conversation, he's gonna play some music. Okay, up on stage. I'm just gonna be nice little ball and stuff like that, okay? All right. So, all right, can I you, brother? Yeah? No. Come on, music! Go for it.
Are we playing?
But
are we winning? So they all have a song they want to come out to, so are we playing?
it doesn't matter, I'll edit. It's editing.
Bitch, I feel like King Kong. I need you know my chicks with me some
All right. So now we're gonna do that again without music. The DJ said we're standing up this fucking time. So show DJ said. All right. And then whatever happens, the show goes. All right? Aaron, loud applause, please. Yeah. Welcome to the Laughh Back. Now the Laughh Back here, this is a place where comedy has turned, and anything that happens on the stage, anything we see on the stage, fucking jokes, right? So, please don't be afraid. Where you from? Yeah, that's one. Jersey. Sorry. That's a tough place. I like Jersey, but man, motherfucking tough place. Anybody here from LA? Born and raised? Yeah. Okay, South City. Where you from?
LA, South Central.
South Central. Ah, man, it's a tough crowd. My keys in my car. My shit like South Central. Okay, where else we got? Miami, Dade County. Yeah. Okay. That's what's up. What I will say is, you may not notice this, but I am a little bit of a prude. I don't do dirty jokes. I don't talk about penises and all that weird stuff. I actually don't curse. I haven't been lied convincingly in the last 2 years. So. I don't know. You wanted to hear these jokes. Bunch of fucking dildos already. And the baddest dildo, he's doing this shit. You know, he's doing it. Then the actual penis jumps out. Bam! That can't none of y'all fuck me! So the baddest dildo walks up. He's like, all right, let's see what you got. So the actual penis starts bopping on the floor. It's like, right? And the dildo's like, he's like, that ain't shit. He said, I said, bum. And then bum. Okay, and the actual penis was like, all right, fuck this. He said, Michael Jackson. You know, like that shit. He said, Michael Jackson, bitch. Michael Jackson, bitch. And the actual penis got real limp like this. And they stood up hard. Like the teeth and all those dildos. And they, oh shit, right? Dildo, man, he walked up. Oh, some bullshit. His boy came up, he said, hey, man. Yo, bro, you gotta be a good sport. You lost fair and square. He said, fuck that. The last one was a real dick move. There you go. I'm healthy. See, this is something that this is weird. Like the black and the white together. Did y'all argue for that? You should find some shit to hate about each other. Because they bring it together. It's the strongest emotion. I actually let a lot of my white friends go into black jokes. I do. I let my white friends tell jokes and they test their jokes. But there is one catch. Tell a black joke. It's gotta be funny or I get the fucking girlfriend. I mean, at least there's stakes for both of us. And the next time we meet each other, you know, it's awkward for both of us. You know, you told shit, black joke, and I fuck this shit out of your girlfriend. Say, man. Listen at this. listen, you know, not the big girls of today. The big girls, they got their shit together too good. They look too good. Everybody can't fuck. I don't bother. I don't like that shit. I like the old school, like bad attitudes. Look like a fucking extra with some Chucky shit with the fucking bacon, that stuff, you know, titties all weird, like if you have like a jump over and cut it up in the middle. Like, I like that shit. Something was like a challenge, like, you know, if I were really focused, I would be finished. Something that you pat yourself in the back of the fucking got food, I'm almost doing it. It's funny, I actually have somebody on baby here listen to me talking about fucking welcome to comedy. Hello, Sharon. Say hi, Sharon. Yes, hi. Yes, she's taken. These are just jokes. Not really funny jokes. Unless you're driving is expensive. Cars are expensive. What kind of car do you drive? Okay, well, most cars are expensive. Most cars are expensive. My car is actually not expensive either. I drive a Chevy Pulse. That is a Tesla for children. Without the Nazi aftertaste, you know. So if Tonka were to make their version of a Tesla, it would be a Volt. So there you go. I used to go to the cheap mechanic. Can't go to the cheap mechanic. You used to go to the cheap mechanic? Yeah. You know a good mechanic? I used to go to the cheap mechanic. You can't go to the cheap mechanic anymore because, you know, with the components, you don't want to fuck it up. So I used to go to this dude named Alonzo. Fuck, I hated that dude. Because he ripped me off like a motherfucker. Alonzo would love to see me coming down the street. Like, otra vez que van con tu coche, ¿por qué no funciona? My car was fucking. I was like, okay. And anytime the cheap mechanic looks under your hood, it's always like the biggest production. This motherfucker, he trying to direct his head for himself. He's like, oh my God. Oh, I can't go away. Go ahead. Hey, man, how do I look, man? I don't speak Spanish. Can you just fix the car? Okay. Yeah. I can fix a car normally $2,000, but for you and your friend, what? 200. Sure, that's thank you, Alon. Thank you for my car. We're like, okay, we'll give you 200. Pay 200 for that. I fix your car, and you know, it's Mickey Mouse. He's like, yeah, let's fix the car. He thinks, well, you know. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that means. Are you fixing my car yesterday? Like, look, I ain't fixed the car. You give me the 200, I pay the 200, I fix the car. It's fixed. But you know, it's wrong. Mickey Mouse. So I'm like, Alonzo, is Mickey Mouse Spanish for you gonna fix my car just good enough for me to come back with another $200? You're like, you do speak Spanish. All right, everybody, that's my time. Let's go ahead and cut. Your camera? Not yet. You ever set the cameras? Step where you get my moment. That was my first time. So please, can you give me how they want to be introduced and the first credit? Who's giving that? Ray. So Ray, you're female information. Okay, so Ray, and what is Ray going to be? Can you just tell me? Okay, cool. All right, so let's go ahead and roll that slide. So as for right now, he wants to come into that. Yeah. So what we'll do is, since we have to do that in a minute, we'll play that, and then what I need y'all to do is I need y'all to wait like 3 seconds, and then we're going to kill the music, so that way we have an edit thing. Okay, so let's roll all the cameras. All the cameras up. Are we rolling in? Cameras up. Cameras up. Camera A, camera B. It's going to be bigger. Up. Perfect. Go for it.
All right. Barney.
Good. Okay. All right, and let's go ahead and clap it up. your entrance, and now this is going to be just, everyone's going to clap, but this is going to be without the music. All right, and on council, and action.
What up?
What up?
It's a crazy world out here. See the bitch with stretch marks? I was like, your ass is growing. Your ass been eating vegetables. You keep on eating them. Gonna make it to my height one day. These are the facts. LA's crazy as hell. And I know y'all wondering what I might be. I just want to let y'all know I'm not no Mexican. I ain't no Puerto Rican or Dominican or none of that. I'm happy to say that I am a black man with just a quite little skin disease called white dad. I was supposed to be darker than this shit, but that white dude was buying Hennessy that night, and my mom don't turn down shit for me. And these are facts. But I'm really pro-black. I seen some African brothers, I said, my brothers, they said, you know real nigga. You GMO nigga. I authentic nigga from the motherland. Man, there's a bitch with got a different sticker on me, got the 9s on me. Your organic ass. This motherfucker called me a genetically modified Negro. And these are the facts. I was like, light-skinned people don't get no respect. No. Then they always say, you light-skinned, you got good hair. And I'm like, nah, that's just only good hair if that shit stay. My shit been trying to creep and shit. Like, this a bitch. But, went on AI, ChatGPT, trying to figure out how to do this hairline, and I heard eating pussy make a mustache. So I'm gonna finger bang that shit and try to tap my hairline down. And these are the facts. Ain't come to lie to y'all niggas today. That shit is wild, man, because you know, hairlines is like the new BBL for men. Because these BBLs are getting crazy, and I think it should be an age limit on fake ass. Your ass should not be on Social Security for the fake ass. They lied to Social Security, said my hip hurt, and they gave hip hurt surgery. They then took the hip hurt surgery and got their ass a fake ass. They don't even realize they got cameras everywhere. You know, the investigation and shit, when the motherfuckers be in the car investigating. This bitch out there in the yard planting flowers and shit, asshole. And I know you're motor. The Social Security hip hurt money. And these are the facts. The craziest part about old people getting a new ass is that they'll get this 2024 ass, but they still got these 1968 titties just sitting there hanging. Old civil rights titties, shit. Hanging. Motherfucking titties that used to protest and sit up tall. Look like strung out drug addicts. See, strung out and went to the crack area and shit. These motherfuckers. Hey! I'm like, you just gentrified your body, bitch. You got new shit down here, old shit. About to kick the dope heads out and get some new titties. Like, hey, you got a restoration. You gentrifying your body and all this shit. These are the facts. Shit's all fucked up. Yeah. I live in my car. Don't feel sad for me. I'm not homeless. I'm just on a rent strike. These are the facts. The revolution will happen. I'd be mad if people be wanting rides. I gotta clean my house. I was like, where you live? I was like, I was living in Beverly Hills yesterday. Parking man came, got evicted. You probably live in Venice Beach tonight. I hope you don't live in that area that people be wanting ride homes and shit. And then people come to my house, they ain't got no respect. They don't take their shoes off. Motherfuckers be rolling down windows and shit. Like, hey man, you're disrespecting the crib. A lot of people don't even know if I'll give you a ride, you've been to the house. My front yard always changes and shit. I also own my own business. I'm a DoorDash driver. So essentially, I work from home. I'm working from the crib, baby, at the house, digitally and shit. The crazy part about being a DoorDash driver is like I got a lot of difficult clients. Like I'll be at the grocery store, sometimes I can't find the shit. I'm looking for shit, and I'm pissed off. I'm like, I'm gonna get paid $6 for this shit. You don't ask for white bean, black bean. I'm like, yo, ask for a bunch of bitch ass here and shot yourself. Right? So I'll be frustrated with shit. Then they'll give you these instructions like, go by the trash can, around the pool, up the stairs, down the hall. I'll be like, you don't give your bitch ass to the parking lot. This shit gonna be cold. Then I do all the instructions and I get to the door. Motherfucker answer the door, I end up having no lanes. I be feeling bad. A week. It's a crazy world out here. They got vegan cribs. Yeah, I seen them at the grocery store. He was like, fuck red meat, homie. You get your crib check, nigga? Like, damn, nigga, they getting gangbanging on nutrients now. You got red 40 up in there? Trump over here about to get rid of the red 40, homie. Fuck bloods. Any bloods, tomatoes, anything red, nigga. Red Bull, fuck Red Bull too, nigga. Red Bull, I can't like it's treated on us. But these are the facts. Crazy world, and then I got a crazy uncle. My uncle was a pimp that couldn't read. And his hoes kept on reading them the wrong news. He was like, what is saying in the news? Bitch, she was like, it says this is the 100th day of the whole emancipation scandal. And hoes work, the pimp's gonna tell you that this motherfucking Trump administration fucking cut out. He was like, her body, my choice. Yeah, but I don't think it go like that. Yeah. So I told him he was reading the wrong news, so he was like, leave the house, I gotta cuss him out. Right? So he got rid of him, he called me, he was like, nephew, got rid of them hoes reading the wrong news, but I got some new technological hoes. I want you to come by and meet them. So I come by to meet him, he said, oh, right here, these bitches listen to everything I said. He said, Siri! What time is it? 3:45. Look at that bitch, listen. I don't care, bitch, they ain't even lying about the time. He said, I got another bitch. Alexis! Where's my favorite hip? My favorite jam? I started playing, I was swerving that corner, I'm like, you listen to the jam, and I knew it was technological, holy listen. And these are the facts, my name is Ray Ray.
So, let's do right to his legs.
Oh, right to the legs?
Yeah, so right where you just depend on to walk. You're gonna keep doing your set. Just line and then I just get y'all like clap. And actually go for it. Yeah. Well, that's everybody walk off. Everyone give Ray Ray a big old hand. Yes, please. I didn't say that they came. Yeah. Who's next? Okay. All right. This one is right there. Okay. Really important. Look at my jacket.
You got it right there?
No, all right, so everybody, if they can, this side was a little empty. If y'all want to get, please come. All right. Lana. Okay. I need to see it. I'm not very good. Lana what? Shoulder. Shoulder. All right. Let's roll the camera.
On the camera? You want to try a little bit soft light on you, on your face, or you want to stay with the same light?
Okay. Yeah. All right. All right, well, we got to go, so we run through the show. What? I got you. This shoe. Okay. Are we all rolling? Let me do what I'm doing.
We see here. Rolling.
No.
1 and 2. And 1 and 2.
We're good?
Yeah.
I was going to sleep. I'm trying. I'll see whatever you do.
Okay. 1 second. Go for it.
Casey.
All right.
I need to see it. Yeah, anyone sees like NPC? Kevin, many people as I can here. All right, and Ramon, let's clap it up. Yeah. All right, so come to the stage. We got someone who works blue. Give it up for the legendary. Alana Schulman. Woo!
Yeah, man.
In my days when I felt I would have come out on poison, but I left my movie in the car. Because I think that was like the beginning of the demise of hip hop. You know, don't trust the girl with a big butt and smile. Who said this? I don't know if it was, yeah. He kind of introduced me interestingly. It's not that I'm bluish because I like to wear blue, even though my son did pick this nail polish. He's beautifully neurodivergent, just finished school, 18 years old, got a pedicure. He said, Mom, get this electric blue. I'm so glad I did because somebody got the memo. I can love to put this on. I had to get some grip representation. But I'm bluish because basically, growing up in San Antonio, Texas, half a century ago, I was an anomaly because I was the only black girl that had a Jewish daddy. Yeah. And the Jews never accepted me, and the black people never accepted me. Well, except my family, because part of my family comes from Creoles. And if y'all know, they like to stay within the lights in the community. It's real messed up. I kind of went against the grain, and I made sure I had children by the darkest religion I could find. So, you know, it wasn't true. One of them came out pretty light skinned, but it's okay. But I named him Muhammad, so even though he eats pork. I know, I told him, like, change your last name. So yeah, been going through a lot. I'm bluish because I'm half black and half Jewish. And yeah, the guilt is real, let me tell you. But growing up, it wasn't anybody like me. So I was very isolated, and the only consolation I had was the Jeffersons. So when Lionel, you know, was so light-skinned, I mean, not really. It was confusing to me, but then I realized, okay, black is come out of all this. And then I found out she really had a son, because a mom came, and he pregnant. He's in the club too. See, I think this some, did we get a memo of ethnically ambiguous comedians today? And how it's currently. Yeah, that's it. Too. It happens. It's LA, man. You know, my place is in June, and it is wonderful. It's wonderful living the gypsy life. You know, I just went to Jamaica 3 times. Then Texas, Vegas. I think I'll go to Atlanta next. Yeah, but the place is ready soon. So I'll be all good, you know, living and working from your car. Actually, I joined a genre of being that I have been definitely trying to stay away from. But they're very prominent in LA. It's called hobosexuals. So I have been staying with family up until this morning. I had to put my son on the plane. He went to Texas. And so officially, I have joined homosexual plan because I no longer have a child to care for. I don't want to be burdened on people. Unfortunately, I have to until June. But I don't know, really, I don't think so. Maybe. Who knows? But you know, life is good. You never know how things are gonna come. It's always wonderful to know how to bounce back. In fact, that's why I say I bounce back, because life just started knocking me down. I said I needed to get some weight on me so I could bounce back and roll off. So now I'm gonna roll back in. But y'all know, watch. I'm gonna get these knees popping. See, I was a high schooler baby mama. Holly, show did. So we can do it still, maybe. It'll happen one day. One thing about getting older, you know, things grow. Did y'all know that? As you get older, things get bigger. Like your nose gets bigger, your ears get bigger. And then they say your spine shrinks. Isn't that interesting? I'm trying to make sure that doesn't happen. Because pussy lips are already damaged. And then stressing, at first I didn't have no gray hair, and then just like over the past couple of weeks, it started lurking. What's wrong with my hair? Man, I know I was getting old, and I was sitting on the toilet one day, and I felt my tears on my knees. Shit. But I did nurse 3 babies for 2 years each, so that's 6 years of breastfeeding. So, anyway, they went to big use at some point in time. So how are you guys doing today? Woo! How many single people you got in here? Woo! One? I'm a single. One. In between situations. How many situationships we got in here? Situationships? Nobody? Oh, okay. We got one situationship. See, she being honest. See, ain't nobody judging if we listen and we don't judge, right? Ain't nobody judging. It's okay, girl. We all have been there. Just stay and admit it. You were real. I appreciate you for that. So she stepped up like a little judge. But no, single life was just interesting. I've been in LA 10 years since I started dating apps. And what's funny is how all these people recycle on the dating life. So one app you see the same people swipe. It's anonymous things that happen on these dating apps. Motherfucking catfish. I mean, I've been catfished so many times. As you see, I'm a pretty tall, large woman. You know, with these heels on, I'm probably what, 6'3", 6'4", maybe? Yeah. You know, so if I'm going out and you telling me that you 6'1" and you really 5'8", and I put these on and then come on. Oh, that hurts. You know how many times this happened? It's happened so many times. But it's okay. You know, one time I really liked the guy, so we went out and we swinging in the street. You know. He was real popular. Ooh. All these pictures from one angle. The full bodies, you know, the straight hair shots. Everything was from an angle, so I wasn't even either. So when dude picks me up, when I tell you he had a keyboard bigger than this microphone on the back of his ear, I am not. This keyboard was so huge. And he had the nerve to take me to Blaze Pizza. This is my first time ever in Blaze Pizza. I will never go to Blaze Pizza again. I couldn't even order the pizza. I just was sitting there watching him like. It was real bad. Then he recycled back again. You know, he's like, not at all. So, catfishing got so bad, I started writing songs. Y'all want to hear it? I saw your photo on the internet, and then we met. I can't forget. You took my breath away. Your URL don't match your IRL. And then we met. You took my breath away. You don't look the same as your picture. You don't look the same as your photograph. You don't look the same as the pictures do. You don't look the same as your photograph. You don't look the same as life. You don't look the same as that picture.
I like that song. I want to write it down because I want to sing that sometimes. More often than anything. Oh, no, you good.
spirit.
Okay.
We
We
need
got
that.
this one, but music, let's get it together. Is that?
So, you roll in?
Yeah, I want to cover one of it.
Rolling camera?
You want camera? Okay.
Take over.
Danny.
I'm sorry, can you second six, please, for the audience?
Say it again.
Yeah, second six, please.
Good.
And all the,
Oh, you want it on board?
we just came up.
Okay, little higher. That's it. Go for it.
Danny.
And, all right, give it up, nice to meet you.
Yeah. All right.
Wait, you gotta-
All right.
All right, give it up. For the next, oh, before we do this, Danny, what do you want us to know about? Huh? Jay Murray. So Jay's going?
Yeah.
Okay, so Jay, I want you to announce.
Jay Murray.
Jay Murray, and what do you going for?
Jay Murray. San Francisco.
Legend.
Okay.
Legend.
San Francisco legendary community.
Yeah, San Francisco legendary. Bay Area legendary community.
Okay.
Jay Murray.
Let's give it a blessing. Bay legend. Jay Murray. Let's go.
How y'all doing? Laughh Back is brilliant. Check this out, we're giving up the Laughh Back. This is a grassroots production, off the ground with it. Y'all giving up the guy who put this together, Brother Chris Alex. Give it up. My brand. I'll be kind of like hesitant to do, little stuff like this and property stuff, but I came here to give y'all some of that. You know what I'm talking about? Sure. But I'll tell you this, pursuit of happiness in Hollywood trying to deal with, make it out here. You got to connect yourself to some brands, right? But it's been a long, long time. I know people out here got their own brand. Yeah, this shit was not around 20 years ago. Really 30, really. The brand was you presenting yourself and people wanted you to be a part of it. So I'll tell you a story. Hollywood story, real Hollywood story. So I have a homeboy, DJ, major DJ. His boy is a super major DJ. It's about people who be trying to chase our dreams and be a tax stuff, with money involved. You want to be a part of it, you know what I'm saying? But you want to know the backstory. That was in the heart. You didn't have social media, internet. You just
Cool. So now we're here.
Hey, welcome to today's live stream. We are in the green room here at the Vyre Studios. We are here for National Apprenticeship Day. Shout out to the Hart Foundation and Chris J. Alex for putting on this event. It's an honor and privilege to be here as an apprentice and learn so much and get so much on-the-side training. I'm here with this funny guy, Ray Ray. What's up, my brother? Would you like to introduce yourself to the audience and just let us know a little bit about yourself, who you are?
Yeah, my slave name is Raymond. They call me Ray Ray on the streets. I'm a black man with the skin disease called White Daddy. I was supposed to be darker than that. And shit, I live in my car and travel the country, do comedy where I can, visit national parks. And in August, I'm going to Egypt.
Oh, nice.
Hopefully I get cut on the face and they rename me and take my slave name away, my brother. I'm going to get cut. I'm going to kill a goat with my hands or something, and then I'm going to come back on Ubuntu, or something like that, hopefully.
Well, hey, man, I hope you didn't just curse me right now. You know what I mean? I got to go see a priest after this. I don't know what you just said. You know what I mean?
No, it's like that Color Purple scene where it's like, I become a man, they cut me, and like, your name now is Toby.
Yeah, you're going to go on that vision quest, my brother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey, but so let me ask you, so going to Egypt, let me ask you something. When it comes to the pyramids, you think they really built the pyramids, or you think it was like aliens? Because every time, you know what's crazy? When white people do something, it's like, man, this was like a technological miracle. Wow, they did this. But when a brother does something, they're like, man, it was aliens. They didn't do it by themselves. You know, you think about the pyramids and all this other stuff that we did.
Now, we can say it was aliens.
Mm-hmm.
Because guess who the alien is?
Us.
The black man, we're the magic of this planet, right? Because it was called ancient Kemet, which means the black land. You know, that was us. Why else would they take the noses and the lips off of the statues? Why? Because it would show you who really did it and who really built that. So, you know, they don't want to like to hear it, but you know, it's in Africa. And if it was in Africa, best believe
it was black people.
Black people that built it. So
they didn't even start going out there with Whole Foods yet.
We are the magic. We are the alien.
And speaking a little bit of that magic, can you tell us about the magic of comedy? Because you were up there killing it, my brother. And could you let us know about like your slogan, like these are the facts? Like where did that come from and how did that originate?
It came from because I watch a lot of black scholars, and they debate each other, and they would always come and be like, "Nick, these are the facts. See, when the white man came in and took the ice cream out of Africa." Right? And then they like, see, fact trial. So I would see all these people, and I did a comedy competition one day. And I was like, I'm gonna go up there in the comedy competition and like present my facts like I'm in court. So then that day I was like, after everything, I was like, and these are the facts. So, you know, I'm laying out the facts. And after the show, nobody didn't remember my name, but everybody's coming out the show going, those are the facts. Those are the facts. And I was like, oh, I gotta keep that shit. Right? Because I was like, I can write a book on my own facts. And then I was trying to spell it so fast that I spelled it wrong. I spelled it F-A-C-K. I was like, back, fact. I was like, F-A-C-K. I was trying to get the idea so fast. But then when I looked up fact, that means fuck. So I was like, I don't know, let me just change it back to the regular spelling. But yeah, that's how it came about. And then I was just thinking of all the things I can do with it, with writing books and, you know, and then I'm a guy that's a scholar. I like to look at facts and stuff like that. So,
and speaking about being a scholar, today is National Apprenticeship Day. So for you, did you have any like comedic mentors or any like comedic like maybe opportunities or internships or apprenticeships that maybe like had led you on this journey, or for you, have you been in a system in which you were able to get like an educational and occupational opportunity? And if so, could you speak on it a little bit?
No, I've kind of just been free balling. I kind of got lucky to get this. I just showed up at the bar and I did the show with the guy in San Francisco. He was like, I need you. So for me, I just kind of go out and live. However, I tell everybody in the world we live in today, with whatever you want to do, the best thing you can do is go get an apprenticeship under somebody that's already doing it.
Exactly.
So you can get the on-the-job training and become that. You ain't got to go to college. You find somebody that's doing pictures. Hey, because the thing is, how can I help you?
Yeah.
Most people come in this world and it's like, how can you help me? And it's like, what can I do? You want me to pick up some wires? You want me to wash puppies? What can I do to learn this game? Because you might have to not make no money for a year, but all the tools that you're going to learn is going to be more what you would learn in school. Now you go get your cameras. Now you shooting. Now you making big money because you was up under somebody that knew what they were doing. So apprenticeship is great. And if you can't afford the apprenticeship, collect cans while you do it.
Well, I appreciate you, man. And real quick, I just want to give you an opportunity to let some people know where we can. And real quick, I just want to give you an opportunity to let the people know where we can find you. What are your socials?
I'm on Ray Ray's Comedy on everything. Ray Ray's Comedy on Instagram, Ray Ray's Comedy on TikTok, on X. I don't be on X that much, but I appreciated they're changing it to X. Because, you know, the Twitter's in the Nation of Islam now.
Oh, really?
That's why I call it X. The X is the unknown. Remember Malcolm X, my brother?
Yeah.
They changed it black with an X. I said, look, they're trying to get black over here.
Back to business.
And then I'm creating a YouTube channel of me traveling, going to all these national parks, which is going to be called Comedic Nomad.
Nice.
Nice, that's it.
And then I ran up on a bear. I've been to national parks, sleeping in the car. And the only reason I don't really tell people I sleep in the car too much because there's still 2 girls on Facebook I'm trying to have sex with. I can't afford for them to find out too early. And those are the facts.
Well, yo, it's been a great conversation. Hey, these are the facts, my brother. Appreciate you so much. Thank you for coming out here and just killing it, showing us some love. And man, your talent and skill, your craftsmanship was on display during today's event. So we appreciate you so much for being here, man. And thank you for being so passionate and positive, man. Thank you. Like, big ups to our man. Make sure you tap in with him and follow him, man. Thank you so much.
Definitely one to watch, man. One to watch, bro. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so I'm gonna get a tripod. I think I have one.
I'm ready to roll.
Okay, we're just gonna roll.
First leg.
Yeah. All right. We got.
Huh? Ready to do that?
Yes. All right. And we're rolling. Deep. Delta.
All right. Delta airline.
Tito. All right, let's clap it up. Give it up for your boys. Here we go.
Oh my goodness, you love the show, man. I just came to eat my shit, you know. This is the homeless show, huh? These niggas look like more homeless than me. Shit, I just shelter. Yeah. Shit. My chicken dinner. Yeah, man. I'm from New York. I'm here 4 months, and I realized like there's a real homeless problem over here, and I think I know how the theory might happen. You know, I think what was happening like people were walking around with their phone, they were everywhere, right? And they lost their phone, and as soon as they lost their phone, they were like, all right, fuck it, I'm right here, fuck it. This is what I live now. That's my theory. Yeah, but my name is Tino. I'm a black Latino. Yeah, that sucks. You know, I deal with a lot of different races, you know. Like when I walk to the local bodegas, I walk in, I gotta deal with this shit. Pilla negro. Se va a robar cerveza, which means watch it like that, he's gonna steal the beer. And that hurt me because they're not gonna steal no beer. I want to steal a mic. The toughest thing about being a black man that speaks Spanish is when I'm at a Latino party. Because I'll always catch somebody whispering, psst, psst, psst. You can't even do a negro aquí, which means one like the black guy. And that devastated me too because it was my party. I'm not even racist. You racist in the house? Yeah, no, it's been tough for me, man, you know what I mean? I recently got dumped. I just hate that she used to dump me. She said she needed space. Oh, I want to tell you guys, she lives in the Philippines. How much space does she need, you know? I did everything to keep this relationship alive, you know? I wouldn't even have phone sex with her. And it was tough because she lived in a farm in the Philippines. So at any given moment, I'll hear a farm running in the background. Yeah, I'll be like, hey, baby, who's this? Who's your daddy? All of a sudden I hear, I mean, it killed the mood. I was cock-blocked. Shit. But I'm a home language specialist and I like to, figure it out here. So let's do it, right? Growing up, my father was a photographer. He was never in the picture. Wow, there we go. mean, he lived in the flesh. And he wants me to develop. Some of you guys are being negative. I should have started with a joke about Will Smith. It always hits. Come on, let those rocks. Oh. You guys heard about R. Kelly? He was assaulted in prison. But don't worry, his injuries are minor. Oh. Yeah. Well, so my girlfriend cheated with a dude from Mexico. I was like, no way, Jose? You know, my girlfriend had a gangbang at a famous burger joint. 5 guys. He gave up the buns. But I was upset when my girlfriend bought a strap-on dildo. But I put it behind me. Guys, thank you so much. Tino!
All right, hey, give it up for your man, Tino! Pistoso. Muy pistoso. Pistoso. I'm trying to get my Christine. So, Christina and Chris, that's actually the cut was our last meeting. Christina, what do you want to be known for? All right.
Is that Street Fighter game on?
Oh yeah, we can totally play that. Yeah, you want to do that? We totally can. I can set this camera up quick if you want to do that. All right, bet. We'll do that right now. Okay. So. Okay, do me a favor. Stand on the left, right hand side.
Last one. Last but not least. You ready?
Yeah, amiga.
What player again?
I know you will.
Yeah. I gotta move this camera. You're too tall.
Here, good man.
Oh, do you? And we can start. Good. All right, folks. Oh, shit, that's good.
No, the one that we shot.
That's good. Yeah. This is
Oh! Oh, that's eliminated. That's not seconds.
Up. Fine. Go for it.
very good.
Yeah.
All right. What did you say? What did you say?
What's that, very?
Very?
Very.
Very, second stage. She's on Kevin Hart, Sirius XM Radio. Give it up for closer and Queen Bee, Christina Page.
Yeah.
Can y'all give it up for this Elmo Coochie hair? Matching my gorilla coochie hair on my jacket. I'm feeling home. I was like, shit, my auntie gave me this coat. She was like, bitch, you about to do what? She said, you about to be famous. Oh, hell no, put this shit on. She was like, this gonna make you win right here. So it's like porcupine pussy hair on the collar, and then gorilla coochie hair on the outside. You know what I'm saying? So give it up for Auntie Progressive Lady. When an old black woman gives you some shit, you better wear it, right? Like immediately, okay? Otherwise you are dead to her, okay? Forever and ever. You are out the wheel, no more Christmas, no more birthday, you are dead, okay? Can we give it up for these white people who showed up?
Oh, you gotta do player one start. So, while we load up the game, you want to tell the people who you are a little bit, and I'll find this game for us?
I am Alana Morgan, Alana Schulman, Alana Muhammad. Depends on who's asking.
And Alana, tell us about today's event. What did you think about the comedy show that we have going on, the Laughh Back and everything?
I think we have a wonderful set of comedians that have been able to come together. We collectively commune and are in LA doing the comedy. Some of us have multiple jobs and do multiple things because that's what we do. And so it was a beautiful coming to. I think it's a good start to something very interesting.
Nice. And what do you think about it being National Apprenticeship Day? Have you yourself been in any apprenticeship programs, and if so, can you tell us a little bit about them?
Well, I myself actually happen to work with a lot of the nonprofits and business organizations in the community, and work with apprentices all over the country, and actually all over the world. Come to think about it, because I do apprentice some people in the Caribbean. So I am an advocate. I've been somebody who's been in HR for about 30 years, as well as the entertainment industry. As an artist, as a creative person, I think it's very important to guide and teach young people and give them a good foundation of what standardization and guidelines they need to go forth at a very early age, and that way they can just very much outshine all of their counterparts. So a good apprenticeship program is actually very beneficial and very necessary.
And it's cool to see us collaborate today as a team with the Dakar Foundation and be able to work with so many people so closely, and to have so many funny people in the room. You know what I mean? Like, not every day you get to, come to work and work with a bunch of comedians. So it's really fun.
Yeah, I wanted to play the game, so here we go. Ooh, and I'm blue too. See, I'm representing humanity. Family, see. Ooh, 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 ooh. That's what my children. They teach me. Oh, yeah, yeah. Ooh, you out of there. You out. Come on. Yeah, knock out. See, that's how we do this.
That's how we get cooked in 30 seconds.
All right, yeah. You know what? Peace and love to everybody on the planet. love is the most important thing in life, and I think everybody here understands that. Just wanted to remind everyone.
Yeah. And before we wrap up this interview, can you just let the people know where we can find you? Where can we do some of your media and things of that nature?
So I have a few Instagram handles. One is Blewish, BLEWISH, at BLEWISH, that's Black and Jewish. Another one is Open Your Third Eye, which is OPIN. You are the number 3 RDI. And yeah, that's pretty much my handle for most social media.
Well, thank you so much, Alana, for this conversation. Shane, we're going to send it back to you guys in the studio. And thank you guys. Thank you again so much for this opportunity.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you. Now let's get back to this
All
game.
right, all right.
Let me find some work, okay? Oranges, socks. It don't matter. Man, I traded some weed for some mascara the other day. I was like, this is amazing. Okay. And yes, I do sell weed. Okay. Weed is not a drug, right? Weed is a plant. Okay. Okay. You know, weed is not a drug. Weed is not a drug. Weed is not a drug. Okay. But it is if you suck a dick for it, doesn't it? Real quick, I am a social worker. You know, and a Christian. I work downtown, right here in Skid Row. Okay, for real, right? I love working with the drug addicts and the homeless. Can I just say fuck the homeless? I'm sorry, safe space. Okay, because I just think it's time to give back. I just think it's time to give back, you know, and ladies, we should start dating these men, you know. It's charity. Goes a long way, you know. That's a little loving will like help you to get out the tent, you know. Hotel, you feel me? Like, I'm trying to tell you, I was walking my dog out my building, and this guy was like, ooh, ooh. And I was like, hell no. He cannot be talking to me, right? He was like, ooh, ooh. You he's talking to me. He's like, you look almost good enough to take back to my tent. Almost? I was like, what the fuck? Is the prerequisite? I was like, are you serious? To your tent? Like, this is amazing. Okay. So another day I come out my they do be, it be couples in the tent. People be fucking in these tents. This should be happening. I was like, when was the last time you soaked your balls, sir? Like, when was that coochie hole wipe with a baby wipe? You feel me? Like, they are doing this, okay? So basically, he was on the ground this time, right? He was like, oh. I said, hell no. I was like, what? He was like, I'm trying to school you. I said, okay, just keep going, because at this point, this is just material. Okay, so he was like, I'm gonna get on my EBT. I'm trying to take you to lunch and dinner. I was like, then I would turn down 2 meals. I was like, this is so generous. We are dating now. Okay. So yes, and also to say, I am writing a book right now. I am, because I am here to change the world. Never been discouraged, disgusted, kidnapped, end up in a ridiculous situation. You have to suck it in to get all out. So I'm selling merch and we outside. And I'm just serious, but this is some of the merch that I have. These are the just say no to dick. Pussy pocket pants, okay? You see this right in time for Mother's Day. All right, what? Get your kids, nieces, if they got secret Instagram pages twerking and you don't know about it, get them one of these, okay? Look, you can hide your money. Put your rent money up. Okay, ladies, he said he ain't got a condom. I do. Okay. 30 big hold up, sir. Yes. And I be on the road. Hide your jewelry, ladies. Okay, I grew up in the projects. These niggas be stealing. My ex-boyfriend used to steal my weed when I was sweet. Okay? Hide your weed. Hide your drugs. My friend, a man, just bought a pair of these and wore these to Coachella. Get all these drugs in there, no problem. Okay? We do that. I'm trying to tell you. Here's it. Who don't get hungry at night, ladies? Women love snacks, okay? What? I'll eat the rest of the plate. Okay? You can't get a full one of those. Yeah. They're skinny thick, you know what I'm saying? So yes, this is a kangaroo pouch look. Okay? Just say no to dick, this is pocket pants, all right? So my name's Christina Payne. Yes, I love the homeless. We, us, one homeless man.
This is it. All right. Give it up for Christina Payne. I want to thank everybody for coming out. It's our first time putting it together. Thank you for looking at our I heard something. Anyway, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Peace and love, drive safe. I'm Christian Alex, and this is the Laughh Back. All right, now really, that is our show. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Y'all can eat the rest of the food that's there. Thank you so much for coming out. And yes, please be in touch. All the good stuff. I wonder if That's big. That's big. You should be smiling ear to ear, but that's big. Yes, sir. So I'm focusing on seeing how these headed together and how like after I can build it up and all that stuff. So it's really like a week and a half. So I'm figuring that out. Give some back. Oh. Yeah. But yeah, I'm on Instagram. That's exactly what he was showing on TV. That's literally what he was doing with the guards. First time, we pulled up at Handy Park because we were all outside. And he was when we put it together, he always shows up 30 minutes later. Everybody can tell everybody to be there too. His name pulled up 2:30, we all been there for a half hour. But he pulled up in a drop top. I'm trying to think if it was a BMW. He had a drop top something that's playing radio music and pumping his face. It's like 2 p.m. I was like, what is this? Don't. I was like, it's loud right now. No, it was just so funny seeing you pull up like that. Work week. It was so funny seeing you pull up like that. We gonna do the crazy shit. We were at me and Chris were at a Comic-Con. Yeah, we were at Comic-Con. Randomly, we were selling chocolate. Randomly, like 3 hours into the Comic-Con, we're walking around. I was like, I was
Hey, what's up? Good chocolate.
It was good chocolate. Were you in that?
I was also in that music video. Shot separate.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. That's separate shots. Yeah. Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
Cool project.
I would support my friends, everything's videos and whatever they're working on, I'm supporting them.
Okay. Okay. Welcome back. Okay, this is really what we're calling now the postcast. The comedy show is ended, concluded with a great set of 5 comedians. But we're now here to talk real shop about, what happened today. Today was a National Apprenticeship Day celebration. And so I've got a couple of lovely ladies that I'd like to bring into focus and introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Mercedes. I'm from Camden, New Jersey. I'm out here in LA, living my best life and also saving lives. So I'm a part of the podcast today to talk about some health and wellness.
Okay, and to my left.
My name is Alana. That's just as simple as we'll keep it today. And I wear multiple hats. As you saw, I just told some jokes and sang a little ditty. I also am a 40-year practitioner of naturopath healthcare and have an apothecary. So
I love it.
We are all about the health and wellness today.
Yes, ma'am.
Because that's where it is.
That's
right?
where it's at.
And so appropriate, I guess, for you two ladies to be talking to our apprenticeship program, because we are so interested in figuring out how we can introduce health and wellness to young people, not just the young people, but anybody who's on their journey. So anybody want to jump in and talk about what health means to them?
What health means to
Well,
you.
okay, here's a bigger question. How does health impact your day-to-day living?
I think health impacts your day to day because it starts off with when you wake up. How are you feeling, right? Are you waking up and feeling energetic, feeling excited about the day, feeling good about life? Or are you waking up feeling like it's gloomy, doomy, and here goes another day? So, and that all starts with, not only spirituality, but I think also just what you're putting in your body, right? Do you have the energy to be able to get through your day? Do you have the mental clarity to be able to think through the things that you need to think through? All those things impact your daily life. So health is be well. I think, you have 1,000 problems in the world until you have one, and that's your health. And that's the only thing that matters. So in that sense, health is everything.
Okay. Alana, anything you want to add to that?
Well, they say health is wealth. I think it's a very holistic approach, and it starts with mental health. And like as she's saying, the actual awareness of knowing what you are doing and not doing to maintain your body's top condition. And so that's what health awareness is to me. And I think it's a very holistic thing. I think it has everything to do with mind, body, spirit. And I think that understanding the gravity of our current situation with young people, it's a very viable topic that's necessary to help keep things forward. Because if we don't have a healthy progeny, then how can we continue to exist? And so we want to make sure that we maintain our health and teach people how to become healthy. And that's one of the aspects that I have brought, to Dakar and other organizations, is cognitive understanding and awareness and appropriateness when it comes to various workplaces. And those are important factors in apprenticeship as well. So it has an aspect of health to it.
Great. Well, I'm going to ask you a little bit about your journey. How did you get exposed to this health practice that you're doing? And also extend to tell us where you're going with it next.
Well, medicine was always around. It really started with my sister back in the day, where they had the health channel that used to show a lot of, babies being born and that kind of thing. And she used to always just take the TV and never gave me a chance to watch. And so I was like, this is gross. And then eventually I was like, this is actually a little interesting. So in high school, I ended up actually doing a CNA course, LPN course. And then after high school, I transitioned into RN. And so I've been in my field for 13 years now. And it's just been a journey of going all over the country, pre-COVID, COVID, and seeing all the different experiences, different health systems, and how it all really wraps up into one health system, which is the American health system, and how that compares also to my personal travels of traveling, usually go to 5 countries a year. And so even though it's personal, I try to do some kind of missionary work within it, and just see how other systems operate. So it's really a really interesting journey to see, I guess, all sides of health system and health and humanity, and how it all plays a part between diet, lifestyle, exercising, all those kind of things, how it culturally and physically impacts different people. Yeah.
So Lana, same question. How did you become a practitioner in health and wellness?
Well, I currently just hit my 50th birthday.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. Longevity.
And so when I was about 9 years old, my stepmother, who's from Tokyo, Japan, handed me a book on herbs, and it had like an encyclopedia of every single known herb with what it was used for medicinally, or what it was poisonous, or what it would do. Like, it was the most amazing book. And I read that book. I was more interested in reading that book than I was in any kind of novel or story. I was reading health encyclopedias on herbs and medicines and just learning about things. And so I remember it had a what do you call it in the back? Like a glossary where you can list if you have issues with lungs, you look up lungs, and it gives you all these page references. So it was a very useful book, and I remember recommending things to my friends, understanding, because I grew up in Texas, in San Antonio. I would go to the local grocery stores, and they'd have a lot of herbs in Spanish. So I would learn what herbs were what, and buy these things, and then make teas and just share it with the family. And so I've never been licensed or certified in herbal practices. I have a license as a spiritual minister, but not as a herbal practitioner. I've just studied and practiced and learned things on my own, and just promote a holistic lifestyle.
Wow. What could you lend or give to young people? And I'm saying young people for us as apprentices between the age of 18 and 24. What could you give them as a pathway to getting better healthy practices for themselves? Anybody can jump in on that one, because we're here for the apprentices. But
I just have a son that just turned 18 the day before I turned 50. And my advice to him is, all those days of eating all the foods that you snuck off to eat that I didn't allow, in now, really, because he needs to start being healthy and aware that the hot Cheetos and the Skittles built up over time. If you were doing that in your youth, you are now becoming and evolving into a man, and you want to be in your best health possible. So take out the sugar, take out the artificial colors and the fried foods and the fast foods. And we live in, I call it the microwave age. It's too much of a convenience. We want instant gratification for everything. We want it right now. The time it takes to make a quick grilled cheese sandwich, you wouldn't even have your shoes on to go to McDonald's to get a hamburger. And it would be a better option, if you want to do that. So we have to realistically look at those things and teach our young people that their health is very important, and that therapy is okay. And we understand that people go through a lot of trauma, and even if you don't feel comfortable talking to a therapist, you can talk to your nurse, your doctor, and explain to them what you're going through, and they can assist you. And if you need medication for any kind of undiagnosed condition or diagnosed condition, they'll help you. So there are many things that are there to assist.
Yeah, I think one major thing, to tag on to the mental health too, is understanding the effects of stress over time, right? And the effects on the body and the organs and your systems with cortisol, high levels of cortisol, and how, slowly but surely it kind of breaks your body down and puts you in a lesser state, a lesser functioning state. And so a lot of times I have a friend actually that just came from Turkey, which I will be going to Turkey soon. And I just had this conversation today that was like, I went there, I did this whole 3-day, everything, MRI, CAT scan, neurologist, gastrologist, I mean, everything you could think of, dental, 3 days. And they said, well, I only have this one tiny little thing, but why do I feel so bad? And I said, well, how's your stress levels been last year? I've noticed that you have been stressed out to the max. And so there's not one pinpoint thing that Western medicine can say that is, oh, you're having this issue because, it's your kidney, or it's just, it's because of the exposure to high levels of cortisol over time. That's not something that you could quite pinpoint all the time. And then another thing is that another recent thing that came across yesterday, I like talking about my personal experiences a lot because I think it just is relatable that someone has someone else in their life that might be experiencing. So one of my family members called me and said, I feel so bad. And I say, well, okay, these are the things that you can do to take care of yourself in the meantime. And they're a single person. And a lot of times, when we get sick, it's like, oh, I'm single, honey. And now the whole world's crashing down because it's like, where's my partner? And we have to take care of ourselves. But in talking to them, I realized I didn't have basic things like ginger. Keep ginger in your house. Keep lemons in your house. Keep teas in your house. Those kind of simple things that could be a remedy if you have a stomach bug, or having fiber. All these little things that you can go to your grocery store and get these things. It's not something that is inaccessible. And then another thing is fasting. The power of fasting, which you don't need anything at all to do, right? The effects of fasting and resetting your system and, doing detoxes. I recommend at least 2 detoxes a year where you're detoxing from parasites, you're detoxing from heavy metals. Heavy metals are in everything. I just was doing a detox and I had this Celtic salt and I had a fasting, and you have to replace a little bit of salt so that when you do a water flush. And so I realized after doing research that this salt that was supposed to be so, great, Celtic salt had really high levels of arsenic and lead. And this is a very renowned salt. So it's little things like that where it's like, are we doing our homework? And are we truly giving ourselves a reset?
Wow. How much research or energy do you put into this?
I tell you one thing, it takes 2 seconds and it's called Google. I mean, we live in an era of technology, right? And so you can Google almost anything. TikTok, you just type it in. Literally, it's right there. It's not like it used to be before we had access to technology. So as fast as you can, watch a video, on the TikTok or, Instagram is as fast as you can learn something else about, how to take care of your body.
Yeah, well, we have to be a little careful about that because some things might peek through that aren't completely vetted, even on Google. But I think if we do our own research,
right,
it's accessible online.
Exactly. It's just something that can open your mind to say, okay, I can do further research on this. But it just gives you something.
Don't just
to go
trust
off.
one source.
But yeah, we're not going with Wiki. We're not going with Wiki.
Don't just trust one source.
But that's just an easy way, an easy thing to get to. Yeah,
absolutely.
But definitely, I would, like you said, you were given a book when you were young, and those are the best resources where it's like those are scholarly. And backed literature where it's like actually that it's a factual thing, but you start somewhere.
Here's a question that I have. I mean, it's a term that I was exposed to, but here's a question I have about this term, and I say this term. What does it mean to you? Health equity.
Oh, that's a good one.
Or lack thereof.
In terms of what? Because
lack of health. Well, if you know what health equity is and you strive to get some semblance of it, what can you do with health equity that you couldn't do without it?
Okay, so I actually was looking.
Was that deep?
No, deeper terms. No, because I like definitions of things. And so to be clear, quick definition: health equity is the fair and just distribution of health resources and outcomes, ensuring that all people have the opportunity to achieve their highest level of health regarding their social, economical, and geographic status. So that is a definition of health equity. And so for me, that's one of the things that I'm really passionate about, right? Because I've been all over the world and I've been all over the country and I've seen how different social groups or cultural groups or ethnic groups are not treated equally, even on a financial level. You know, you could have people in the same culture but their financial status is different. They don't have access to resources. And so that affects not only that person, but it affects their family. It could be the man that's the head of the household who is the provider for the family. If he's not doing well, he doesn't have the health equity, then that leads down to the rest of the family, and also it leads to a generational issue. And so it's more than just a person. I think it's just, you know, a family and a generational, you know, trickling.
I think it also has a lot to do with awareness and having the awareness of, hey, I was diagnosed with diabetes. You have the opportunity to cure yourself of the diabetes without becoming insulin dependent. And just by changing your diet and having some, you know, daily type of movement and exercise. And there are a lot of examples of just simple things like that and other aspects that just people aren't aware of. And I think that awareness kind of takes health and understanding to another level. Like this new generation of young people have the understanding, some of them, that it's okay for therapy, as we were saying. So that gives a certain amount of equity. And I think that now public health is recognizing that there's so many other avenues to natural health alternatives. So they even have a doula program now. So if you are a Medi-Cal recipient, you can now have a doula for your birth, as well as your OB for your Medi-Cal plan. And my family is heading that up. If you Soul Mama Goddess on Instagram, she's the doula in charge of her birthing center, is actually making this happen for
That's interesting. So if you're a person who now understands that health equity is something that is an entitlement for everybody, where would you go to start your journey in gaining health equity for yourself? Would it be online, maybe doing a podcast, or trying to create some type of storefront in the communities that don't have a lot of access to the information?
So I will say that I have dissolved, but I did have a telemedicine business. And the name of it was You Matter Med, and the whole focus was that you matter, right? If you don't have access to care, if you can't afford to pay monthly insurance, or you might not have a job that's, you know, legalized and you can get insurance access through your worker, but you work and you contribute to society, right? That you are still able to be seen. If you can't physically get to a doctor, someone needs to still look at you because your health is still important. And so I think that's another huge resource that maybe is not, I mean, it's growing, especially post-COVID, but that's not utilized enough is telemedicine.
Is there a place online, YouTube, that gives you more inspiration, more research than not? Because as a company that's trying to, as a nonprofit that's trying to put a spotlight on this, is there a place where we could go, or we could point to, that can provide more entertainment, education, edutainment about this problem of not taking health as seriously as we could?
I think it's fortunate that we have social media, right? And so as harmful as it can be to society is as good as it can be to society. And I follow a lot of influencers that focus on health and lifestyle. And so my goal, and I'm in the seedling stage, is to create just that as a page that goes into lifestyle, but also health and wellness and how to access, because a lot of people are stumped on exactly what you're asking, like, where do I go to actually see this? And so, you know, that's something where, you know, that it works into the algorithm. Once you get into the algorithm of what you're looking at and what you're ingesting. But yeah, there's definitely a lack of a resource of a specific place to go to say, hey, this is where I can point you in the direction.
Right. Because what I fear is that people won't really embrace it until it's too late.
Well, maybe that's something that needs to be created, like an infrastructure of doctors that practice traditional medicine along with westernized medicine, that can help, that population. A lot of the times it's the financial issue. So if a doctor doesn't accept Medi-Cal or doesn't accept some form of insurance that the patient has, they're not able to be seen if they can't afford a cash visit. So it's unfortunate in that sense. And that's not an equitable process. There are technologies and things that are available for all types of ailments that are only affordable by the very elite because they cost $15,000-$20,000 a treatment and don't accept insurance. And so you can wipe out cancer in a few sessions, if you pay this. Sometimes even more.
Really, you can pay
sometimes
for
more, hundreds of thousands. Yes. I
mean,
know people who've gone all over the country. All over the world. I don't want to say.
In order to have a better access to care.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Wow. I it's not unbelievable. You're saying that a person who needs to start this, like was yesterday, would go on Google, or they would try and, find some source to get them kickstarted. Is there a person, a human being that's either alive or dead,
That's different.
Let's close. Yeah, we'll close this out and then we'll jump back to the comedians. Where was it?
Sabi.
Yeah, Dr. Sabi.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So let me know. Can we start? Okay. Yeah. So, I didn't want to miss the Dr. Sabi story, but I'm a newbie and trying to figure out not only what he was about, but what happened to him. So I don't want to open up the whole can, but just part of it is that, do you think that if somebody put it in a movie, people would care more?
If they knew the truth, oh my God. I met Dr. Sabi maybe 30 years ago, and he came to Houston. He would run around in a circle, jump up, land on his knees, get up, run around in a circle again, jump up, land on his knees, and get back up and say, yes, the CMOS. The CMOS gel. I'm like, oh, wow, who is this man?
We didn't have social media back then. So, yeah,
no,
I've only seen a few, interviews, but I'm actually really interested in figuring out what we can do to create a movement. So with our last words, any ideas on how to create this movement, a health movement for all of us?
I think, you having Dakar and being a nonprofit that's working with these young apprenticeships, we can help incorporate that training and awareness in your apprenticeship program and through other programs like that, because the younger people that have the awareness and the understanding of health and awareness and knowing that health is wealth in so many ways, that there's no way to be healthy or
unhealthy. I'm healthy and broke, right? It's no reason.
There's no reason
at this point. And any last words and how to kickstart something? I mean, you're a young woman, talking about doing it, but is there anything you can do to help us understand how everybody can start to pick off little pieces of your story, your journey?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm in the seedling stages of creating some proprietary blends of herbs and, things that everyone can incorporate into their daily living, because my whole angle is not necessarily that, vegan or vegetarian or any specific lifestyle. It's adopting the lifestyle that you have and healthy habits to combine in combination. So my whole goal is that you can do, everything that you're doing pretty much already right now. It's just adding, things like intermittent fasting, drinking teas in the morning, starting your day off with water, doing periodic cleansings and detoxes and those kind of things to offset some of the bad things that, that we have. So that's my whole spiel is, you can maintain your lifestyle, but let's add a little bit of goodness to it.
Exactly.
And there's balance.
That's the word of the day.
Stay away from sugar.
And stay away from sugar, Lord.
What kind of sugar? All sugar?
All sugar. Sugar is the worst drug.
If it is a starch or if it is a sugar, it will turn into a sugar.
Because
it is the most addicting drug on the planet.
It's manufactured because we have companies like Philip Morris that own Nabisco, and it gets real deep, but a lot of the companies, General
Mills,
General Mills, Procter and Gamble's, Nabisco, that manufacture a lot of our food are companies that were formed off of, the basis of people becoming addicted to their products. And so, I like that we're getting rid of the dyes, Red 40 and petroleum-based dyes that have absolutely no nutritional benefit to us at all outside of being visually appealing. But those kind of things, these are the facts about sugar. Sugar, it affects your insulin resistance, and that's why we have so much prevalence of diabetes in this country. And if it is a starch, it will turn into a sugar. It's not a question. Starches are sugar, sugars are sugar.
And then most of us have been trained to start our day with a sugar, which is a glucose spike, which offsets everything, and your whole health becomes haywire.
Right.
So you have to start your day off properly.
And if you are to eat sugar, put the sugar, fats, carbs, and protein, right? Man, so that combination will offset a little bit of your insulin resistance.
So these are just fundamental things that people have to reverse.
Yeah.
And, I think that's the word for me, balance and reverse.
Yeah.
Put it in reverse and start again, because you've only got one body.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe you got more than
you
one.
You have 1,000 problems until you have one, and that's your health. So put it as priority.
In this lifetime.
In this life. So put it as your priority.
Right.
Wow. Thank you, ladies. I really appreciate your spirit, your energy.
Thank
We have a special guest. She's just parked and she's coming up. Can you hang out? Because I really think she's going to vibe off with you guys on any level. So I guess we can go to the comedians, but I want to have them come back around and have exit in the seat. And maybe we can ask some questions. I'll just be off camera about apprenticeship and what that means. And the word that I really want to
Can you let me know if this is on?
put out there for everybody
Are we
is
live here?
mentorship.
Can you see the green room?
What is it, and how do we find one,
Yes.
or how do we be one?
Yeah. Each one teach Where would one. it say
Yeah, that's a good song, but I mean, you know, lyrics is cool, but damn, I mean, I've never had a.
Okay, yeah,
we're good. I didn't grow up with one either.
Hey, what's up? It's Sonny Harris from the Dakar Foundation. We are here at the Laughh Back, hosted by the Dakar Foundation and Christy Alex, sponsored by the Vyre Network. We are here with a funny comedian, man. Give it up for my man Tino.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Had a great time here.
Can you tell us a little bit, for the people who don't know you yet, could you give us a little bit about your background, how long have you been doing comedy, and just a little bit about yourself, my brother?
Oh man, I'm an OG in comedy. I've been doing it for 20 years in December. So yeah, just reinventing myself. Been doing my one-liners now. You know, combining it with my set. So yeah, I'm loving comedy. I'm loving Hollywood, and thanks for having me.
Nice. And over that 20 years, were you ever in like any? Let's go back to like day one when you first started learning comedy. Did you have any like mentors or like anybody you were kind of like studying under, almost like an internship or anything like that?
Unfortunately, no, and that's why I'm still figuring it out. Because you know, being ESL, I barely spoke the language, so I didn't. Yeah, it was a weird act. You know, I didn't know how to speak to do comedy because someone just put me to do comedy. You know, I should have studied it before I started, but yeah, I learned on the fly. You know?
Nice. And can you just tell us a little bit about what inspires you as a comedian? Like, what do you use as inspiration when you like write your jokes? Like, is it your life? Like you were saying, is the people you meet on the weird people you meet on the street? Like, where do you get that inspiration from?
Yeah, just life and the people and the experiences, the rejections, just the family, friends, the being in a new town and just watching everything funny, the looking this way, you know, as it's also a part of my act. So yeah, it's just the therapy that I try to share with people, my real life experiences, good or bad.
Nice, and that's what I appreciate about comedians. I feel like comedians make the most out of everything. You know what I mean? Like, it could literally be the most simplistic thing, but you find a funny way to kind of like approach that.
Yeah.
And comedians are so good at like laughing at our own pain because I feel like we go through all of the same, you know, BS.
Yes.
But like, you know, it's people who take the time to really break that down and package it into a funny way that I appreciate that delivery, man. So seeing you perform today was absolutely amazing. And real quick, just to let you know, today's National Apprenticeship Day. So I want your opinion on, you know, what you think about apprenticeship, right? So basically, you know, getting paid to learn a skill or an occupation.
Right.
Like imagine if there was like a comedian apprenticeship. You know what I mean? Like that would be so
that'd be so great. Yeah, that'd be so great. I mean, apprenticeship is necessary because, you know, that's what we get to learn and have that next person, you know, evolve into the next, you know, big thing, you know, the next, the next person that's gonna teach the other person's coming up. So apprenticeship is very important because it just gives people that don't usually have a chance, you know, a chance to grow as artists, as you know, background people, or whatever it is inside. You need apprenticeship, you know, in my opinion. Being an ex-Navy, you know, is very important, you know, just to learn things, you know. Not everything you're born with it, so.
Yeah, you gotta practice.
You gotta practice it and learn it and have mentors and people that teach you things, so I'm all for it.
And speaking on that a little bit, what advice would you give to up-and-coming comedians with 20 years of experience? What do you think is like the biggest thing you've been able to take away as far as like your process or just the journey as a whole as a comedian?
Well, just know that everyone's journey is different. It helps if you love the art, because it'll keep you in it longer. Because some of us think we're like, yo, just want for funny. I mean, my friends laugh and it's automatic. But it's the process of just like you have to, like everything, you have to work at it. Everyone that's great, you know, has put the work in. You know, the Tysons, the Obamas, everyone has work to do to get to that level. So I just tell them, just, you know, stick to it, believe in it, and have fun with it. Because if you might as well do something that, you know, have fun with it, because it will keep you doing it, you know, longer.
Yeah, your passion becomes your obsession.
Exactly. And you do it for more than just, you know, other reasons, like the money, the fame, and everything. No. feels good to me. It feels good when I do it for, for the audience. And if you keep those simple principles, it'll help the process.
Nice. And last question, how do you feel that you've been able to successfully navigate social media, generate a following, some of your clips going viral. So for you as somebody who's, an older gentleman, how do you manage that? You know what I mean? Because I feel like a lot of people say like, I'm not willing to learn social media, or I'm not willing to learn that. How did you find the time to kind of like dive into that? If you could speak on that.
Well, it's a matter of keeping up with the Joneses. You know what I mean? It's like that's what's happening now. Like videos and skits became a. I was brought on to it because I'm like, yo, the older guy, you could be my dad, you could be my. So I was kind of like, hey, do this now. And it happened during the pandemic when I really got into it. So, yeah, it was just kind of like, it was something secondary to do when comedy was shut down. And then I just kind of kept it going because that's what everyone was doing. And I had a lot of young ladies stepping up to me like, hey, you're going to be my dad in the video. You're going to be my pimp. You're going to be my, I'm like, okay, yes. Yeah, let's do it. And that's where it evolved from. Just kind of doing what, where it went. The comedy went from this to that, and I just followed suit.
Yeah, and final question, what would you say to somebody, so we started off with somebody who's like just starting off in their career, what would you say to somebody with like your 20 years of experience, and they're still doing it, but they feel like they haven't given themselves a credit yet, and they still think that they haven't made it? What would you tell to them? Because I feel like for you, over the pandemic, you said so recently, you really hit that crazy viral stride.
Yeah.
So there's probably a huge amount of time where you're like, man, fuck this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all go through those.
You did.
So what advice would you give to somebody who's also in that kind of like just going through the strides right now?
Right. Well, like I said, I tell them to keep the fundamental of it, which is the love to want to make people laugh, and and keep that going because it's therapeutic to you. Because like I said, I definitely have moments like, oh, I'm not making it. This kid made it in 5 years. What am I doing? I keep reinventing myself. No, give it up. But I couldn't because it was my core. Comedy is my core. The virus was one thing, but I'd be damned if I'll leave. I'll leave the comedy for the viral world because comedy is what makes me feel good inside, and I'll do it no matter what. If it doesn't get compensated, if nothing comes from it, I'll do it. That's what I gotta do. Like for me, my comedy therapy that I want to share with the world, and hopefully they can relate to it.
Wow. Beautifully said, my brother. Latino, it's been an honor and privilege to have this conversation with my brother. For the people, can you just give out your socials and where can we find you, man? Where do we keep up with you, man? You're talented and funny dude, man. So where can we find you?
Thank you. Well, you can find me in the streets. I'm always out there, out in the boulevard. But for the most part, I'm out here in LA. LA trying to learn where to go, the cool places. So right now you can just follow me on my social media, official IG Bum, on Instagram or TikTok. I'm on TikTok as well. So Bum on TikTok. Just follow me on there. And just put in a good word. Just hope you don't die before you. Things happen. I'm up there in age, so. But I love what I'm doing.
Yeah, and wishing you many more years of community success, my brother. Thank you so much for taking the time to have this conversation and being here at the Laughh Back.
Yes, Laughh Back. Thank you so much, Laughh Back.
Amazing performance. Thank you, man.
Thank you, brother. Yeah.
All right, CJ, you're good. Let's go.
CJ. Oh, sorry.
CJ's right here. CJ and Christina, you guys are next up right now. Gotcha. So he's gonna be doing your interview. Okay, and we're still live, so you guys can just sit down and we can go straight into it.
Sounds good. How's it going?
Studies, and I'm gonna have this one go write the experiment, and this one go conduct the experiment. What if it makes stuff up along the way? How will anybody know? And this is something that's not just in science. It already happened. You could look up a startup called 11X, and 11X is they got like $50 million from like all the big VC firms to make an agentic sales team, right? And you know what happened with that agentic sales team? it didn't work because they kept making stuff up. And so like they had this weird sales cycle where like 80% of their customers were canceling. It's a limited technology. You can't undo that. So then why are you turning that on to grade our kids' tests at the end of the year? Or why are you turning that on to write down what I say in my doctor's appointment? Or what you mean you're finna turn that on to tell me about the laws in the government? When it makes stuff up and it's a factor of how that technology works. You can't undo it. I don't like that. That's more so what I'm concerned about. So if you're gonna have an AI agent that's a scientist based on a large language model, will science even be real anymore?
Good question.
This conversation is going really well. Now we put you on the main stage. Let's take a break here and introduce ourselves, names, a little bit of background, and then we'll continue this riveting conversation about
why don't you
education
introduce
and
yourself,
apprenticeship.
because I want you actually in on this. This seems to be some part of your alley that you know I want you to unlock.
Okay,
So
perfect.
introduce yourself first, because nobody knows as much as you know about how to connect and unlock X on the things that she can do to help us.
Okay, perfect. Well, my name is Shane Hyman. I'm the founder and president of Next Level Global Technologies, Inc., startup corporation leveraging the Jobs Act with a pathway from startup to the stock market using those exemptions that were made for us. When I say us, the act itself names 3 different categories of disadvantaged people: women, minorities, and veterans. So we're taking our technology and we're, as a software publisher, creating applications and solutions for things that matter, such as workforce, apprenticeship, education, mentorships, as Kevin Clark says, all of the ships. So in addition to my tech startup, I'm also a board advisor with Dakar and just putting some systems together. But I really love where this conversation is going. We're talking about education, and really at the end of the day, that's the root, right? It's the foundation, and we need our students to be more proficient in math and science and all of these different things, so that way they can be prepared for what we have as the pipeline, starting with pre-apprenticeship that prepares them to then capitalize on apprenticeship programs where they can exercise the skills that they're learning, get paid work experiences, to then get placed for long-term income opportunities, whether it's through employment or whether it's through gig work as an entrepreneur. That's one of the problems that we're facing right now. It is National Apprenticeship Day, and there's an executive order for 1 million apprentices. But we can fill the pipeline with more apprentices, but where's the data metrics of placement? Where's the data metrics of actual income opportunities? And to your point, X, when you're talking about technology, one of the things that we're working on is the ability to create data sets and to use predictive modeling and predictive analytics to help us kind of chart out and map out that pathway to be a little bit more intelligent in terms of who we're putting into the pipeline, what areas we're training them for, and how we can literally, when the time is right, connect them to paid opportunities. So we've got to analyze the market demands and be more intelligent about our operations, so that way we have more proof in the pudding, more showmanship, and that's kind of what Dakar is working on. And we're just here to create, as my partner John Schindler says, is MVP, minimum viable products, processes, and in this case, platforms, technology systems, okay, and MVS, minimum viable steps, and then we break it down to IX, which is incremental steps to take it step by step. So with that being said, that's my framework. That's kind of what I'm passionate about, and I really love the conversation that's happening right now. Thank you all.
Is there any chance to get a 4-shot, or is no chance, huh?
Well,
you're super fly.
Hey, you too. Kevin, can we also close that door? I just don't want there to be cross audio. Yeah, I got you.
I just want to watch my Warriors.
I know.
Get ready to go.
You got 10 minutes.
Tap that ass.
10 minutes.
Excuse me, let me know.
You should have heard all the copies.
Yeah, I'm back in the Oracle days.
Me too.
Oakland, okay.
Me too. Look, I used to go to the games as a kid. My grandpa had season tickets.
Okay.
I was there when we had Antoine Davidson.
Oh man. Well, I go back a little further.
Stojakovic.
No, I'm talking about people that, Rick Barry. Okay.
You OG work.
OG.
Got it.
But yeah, so intros. Maybe we can do this without the screen, or you want to get them in the screen doing the intros? Well, it's all here.
We got, okay, let's start with intros. Again, which way should we start? We got you.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Wyken Harris. I'm a mentor with the Dakar Foundation. I'm also a project manager, and I'm helping today bring all these apprentices together to understand the power of being educated and responsible creative professionals and working with such a unanimous team. Thank you so much to the Dakar Foundation, Chris J. Alex, and Vyre Network for providing such a magnificent space for us to hone our skills and be be the next level creative professionals that we aim to be.
Yes.
Peace, everyone. My name is XIA, like Yippee-IA. I'm an artificial intelligence researcher. I'm a software engineer. I've worked at Microsoft. I created my own research teams when I was at Google, and now I help companies and governments around the world figure out how to build AI that helps more people than it harms. I'm excited to help Dakar Foundation figure out how to help you guys build the next generation of AI and future technologies. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, my name is Giovanni Perez. I'm an apprentice here for the pre-apprenticeships at Dakar, and I'm really loving everything that's been involved. Kept really mentored me about me. I'm a veteran. Got out back in 2012, did 3 tours, got hurt and stuff like that. Had my own transition, you know, and something I've learned throughout my time of being out and transitioning out was just, you know, giving back to my community. I think that's where I really found my why. So what I want to do here is just I've entered into the space of going back into school, working on my master's now, trying to get into like communication branding and stuff like that. But I really love telling the stories of community and a brand and how both can help each other, right? You know, make a market without someone purchasing it. You can't make a brand without someone wanting to buy it. So I just love telling those stories together, and that's hopefully what I can tell here will be in this product.
Hi, my name is Mercedes. I am a registered nurse with 13 years experience. Currently focused on entering more of the space of outside of Western medicine in the seedling stages of pushing my brand for health and wellness. That is really just focused on lifestyle and adding to your lifestyle. So not to take away, but whatever your practices are right now, we want to add to find some balance in what you can do to have a wholesome lifestyle. Focus on naturopathic medicine and all the healing that comes with that. I am interested in mentoring within the space of health and wellness and healing. And I'm open to all that is on this panel. Thank you for having me.
Great. I'm going to ask a question that I hope everybody can answer in their own authentic way. Wyken, I'll start with you first. Why do you think you're here?
I think I'm here today because I see the power of community, and I can see that with all these young people that we have here today, everybody is driven, everybody has a story, everybody here is willing to give themselves to make an impact in the communities and really showcase that this each one teach one model that we aim to create can really benefit the greater world around us and allow us to build bridges to brighter futures. And I mean that on an occupational sense, an educational sense, and a resource sense, because a lot of the people that we deal with or operate with are from disinvested communities. So we need to serve those underlying, issues or tribulations they may be facing to perform proper triage. So that way we can, be of help and create something that, makes a lasting impact in a positive way for these apprentices and students that are coming within this program.
Next, I know why you're here. You're here to help that company. What brought you from a young person all the way to who you are now?
The exact reason why I'm here, because there were people who had the skills and cared enough to pass them on to me and helped expand my imagination about what was possible and what I'm capable of doing in moments when I didn't believe. And at every step of my career, having what later became called mentors, which you guys call apprenticeships, are the reason that I was able to be someone who still hadn't finished a formal college education, but become published in one of the top computer science journals. It's because I had mentors who taught me how to do it, spent time with me week by week, step by step. So I feel like as in honor of my own journey, it's only right that becomes a part of my journey, like what I do day to day. So that's why I'm here.
Yeah, what brought me here today is giving back. A lot of what you said with this whole thing is, since I started and met everyone here, Kevin's feel it kind of put me different than everybody else, which isn't bad, but he's giving me room to speak my voice, help him create, which is help me create, and give me a platform to speak my voice, especially my perspective of someone who is re-entering the workforce, who's transitioning into a new lifestyle and education, new workforce, things like that. So it's really amazing. So it's my way of being able to say thank you and just be able to share my space.
And I'm here today just because I want people to know that there are so many things that you can do that work towards your health and work towards your wellness, whether it's mental health, whether it's spiritual health, whether it's physical health. There are things that you can do every single day to work towards just being a better version of you. And it just incorporates, the things that you already do, the things you already learned, maybe making some tweaks and adding to, and knowing that it's accessible to everyone. Everyone should have access to care. Everyone should have access to preventative care, and knowing that it's possible for everyone. Conditions can be reversed, conditions can be treated, and conditions can be prevented. So I'm really passionate about just educating people on all the knowledge that I've learned versus both traveling internationally and working nationally, almost every state at this point, and all the health systems and all the things that I've learned along the way. So mentorship is really important to me because I feel like it's a trickling effect of one person to generations. And so if we want to set the next generations up, we have to be very loud about the changes that need to be made now and preventative. And so we're working from a standpoint of, preventative versus reaction. Yeah.
I have one more question because I know the game's going on. Shane mentioned this thing called the ships, internships, apprenticeships, scholarships, apprenticeship, again, stewardship. But mentorship is the one that started me with nonprofit work. So I have to ask this question of everybody. Tell me about somebody who was a mentor, and how can you share with anybody listening how you can get a mentor? Because that's a tough thing. I've never had. So I'll start with Mike.
So for me, I started off just kind of doing it on my own. So I started my own creative agency, and then through working through my agency, I was able to meet one of my first mentors, which was Jimmy Powers, who owned a recording studio. So by talking to him, he's been in business not only in the recording studio lane, but he actually has his own tech agency. So for one of the things that he taught me first was business is business. So once you understand one business model, you can apply it and formulate that to all the other things that you're doing. I think when it comes to finding a mentor, you got to be in the right place at the right time. Key example of that was when I first showed up to the first ever time I met Kevin Clark was at one of his Dakar events with the Lead the Divide. And I showed up on a whim because, my cousin was invited there. And at the time, I'm still currently working as a teacher with the Solar Foundation. I was like, wow, what a great opportunity to meet like-minded people who are actively engaging in the community. And, over the span of 6 months, and I've spent countless days learning from Kevin. He's put me in a position now where I'm a project manager for Dakar. And over the past 6 months, his mentorship has put me in a position from, just a 26-year-old kid to a grant writer, political activist, community transactionist, and just put me in key rooms where, people are so happy and excited to meet me. And I'm just 26 and I live in the Valley, but what he's put me on and the things that I've been able to do with this knowledge has, made generational impacts in my community. And, my whole thing is philanthropy and, giving back to the community. I think that's the biggest thing is what we need to learn how to do with the mentorship is how to take this knowledge and invest back into our neighborhoods and share this knowledge, because mentorship really looks like taking the time to have the conversation with the person next to you.
That's facts. I'll say first about getting a mentor. Before you get a mentor, you have to have a goal. Someone can't direct you if you don't know where you're going. And so the first step is to check in with yourself about what your destination is, and then figure out where along this path you need help. And if you need help figuring out the path, then that's your goal. And then you ask around and figure out who's willing to help. And you go to events where you'll meet people who are more likely to help, right? Like in this day and age, there's an AI event every weekend in every major city in every country. So if you want to get into tech, you can go there and just at the happy hour, go out and socialize. I know it's uncomfortable. You don't have conversations off screen anymore, right? But you go out, you meet people, You post what you're learning. You create content. If you're a person who loves creating content, just make content about your journey. And you never know who will reach out to you. But it's important that you have a goal. When I was the mentorship part that I was talking about earlier, I knew that I wanted to be a published research author. So that'd be so fire if, like, before I got a bachelor's, I had like a published paper just because I'm here. That'd be dope. But I have no idea how to write a research paper. That was not one of the math classes I took. And so when I went to my mentor, my first question was, what do I need to learn about this process so I could figure out how you can help me along it? And so she gave me a list of things to go research and read. And I came back with a report and a series of questions. And then she was like, oh, well, you're going to do the work. Okay, cool. So then we ended up working on it together. Well, that research team we created was the skin tone research team, which taught AI how to see black and brown skin tones. And that woman was Dr. Timnit Gebru, who ended up getting fired from Google for passing off, a research paper that explained how dangerous some of their AI models were. And you never know. Again, it's just a matter of having the goal, making the ask. And when someone says no, not taking it personally, and a sign that your goal is not valid, just that is not the person who's going to help you along the way. And that's okay. Like, rejection is redirection. So I think have the goal, make the ask, and then put yourself in a position to meet the right people at the same time that can help you on your journey. And, get involved with Dakar Foundation.
Wow.
Yeah. Mentorship. I don't know if I've had like dedicated people that are mentors to me. I think I've met people along the way of my life that I've been able to capitalize on that network. Each person that I've encountered, we've shared our own moments that I can gain and learn from them. But I value them, right? And I still reach out back and forth. But it's something where I wish that I could, but it's something that I've extended to myself. Even now, I'm extending myself to professors, and just like just recently I got into USC. So when I was talking to, I asked for a mentor through USC because I was like, I need to take advantage of this expensive ass deal, right? And they put me with this professor, and I remember the first time I met him, and he was just like, "Who are you?" And I was like, "All right, we're just talking and talking." And I shared with them, I had like this imposter syndrome, right? Didn't really feel like I belonged there. Everybody around me didn't look like me, didn't feel like me. And I was explaining to him, I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this first year because it's gonna be big. And like he just told me, he's like, look, you're here for a reason. Mm-hmm. Little did I know that he was on the board, and he was like one of the ones that saw my application, right? So he's like, you're here for a reason. We chose you for a reason, and you just need to accept that. And once you start accepting that, you're gonna start moving along freely. I was like, yeah, sure, right, whatever, dude. And I pushed through that first semester, and now he's my professor for this semester. And we got to talk, and he's just like, dude, you're like smiling. You're a different person from that day that I saw you. And I was like, yeah, I took your advice. I just accepted that this is where I'm supposed to be. So every time when I walk on campus, I'm like, yeah, this is me. Those small little keys and things like that are the momentum of me to keep my fire. But I also know those key moments for me help me succeed. So I always try with anybody ever me, try to push that knowledge, share some insight, and I've been able to be successful with my own peers by doing this. We talked about the veteran community. I'm a big brother to a lot of my junior Marines, so I've gotten the 2 o'clock in the morning call that a drug and facing some adversity. So I knew that's the brotherhood or mentorship that needs to be given, and so I've tried to give him that as much as been given to me.
I think I have a few great mentors in life. Number one was my background. I come from the hood, and so just looking around me was the best teacher that I had. And looking at my family situations and the causes and effects of living certain lifestyles, I knew that wasn't something that I want. Then when I got old enough and I actually got my career and stepped into my career, my patients became my greatest mentors of living, vicariously through them. And whether that was a good thing or a bad thing, whether they had made great decisions in their life or they had made really bad ones that led to, I would sit down and I would just listen to their stories. And so just taking that in, and I think also they taught me to not have fear to live life. Because when you're dealing with someone who is at the sickest stage of their life or on their deathbed, they got a lot of things that they can offer you and tell you, you know, hey, don't do this, don't focus on this. These are the things that matter. And so they pushed me to live out my dream and have wanderlust. And so I started traveling really, really hard, really fast, 5 countries a year, and going to different places where, you know, they don't have American tourists. They have, you know, holes in the wall, and just listening to their stories and their lifestyles and the things that we take for granted every single day. That was a great teacher for me. I didn't have a physical one person that I would say taught me, you know, to be who I am today. And I think that is so important for me, especially as a middle sandwich generation, to give back to the youth, where it's like, you know what, no one taught me about a credit card or credit, but I'm gonna put you on mine, and I'm gonna teach you how to use it, and I'm gonna teach you what to do. So really, it started of me giving back to my family, and then my humanitarian efforts just expanded beyond that.
Well, mentorship for me, I believe, starts with AA. Now, when I say AA, I'll start by joking by saying, "Hi, my name is Shane Hyman," but that's not what I meant when I said AA. I mean ambition and attractiveness. Okay, meaning that you have to be ambitious enough, you have to have a goal, and you have to be actively pursuing it, and that is attractive, you know, and you will attract mentors to you, and you have to be open and receptive to listen and follow the guidance and get the result from it and continue that process and gain more momentum through the mentorship process. And I'll speak just very briefly how that unfolded for me. My professional career started officially when I was 16 years old as a barber. So I had a mentor approach me because I was ambitious. I was cutting hair. I was marketing myself. I built up my clientele to a certain degree where the local shop owner noticed that a lot of clients were no longer coming to his shop. They were coming to my father's garage where I was cutting. That's attractive. The mentor approached me. Hey, this is very impressive, but what you're doing is actually not correct. You're supposed to be licensed. This is a professional career. This is regulated. You could actually get in trouble. But I will mentor you if you're willing to listen and follow instructions. He set me up. I was willing to follow. He said, go to adult school. I'll show you where to enroll. Do your hours and get your apprentice license as a barber apprentice. When you do that, you can hang that apprentice license with me, and you can cut hair legally in my shop. And I'll teach you how to run your barber business as a business instead of a hustle. And if you'd like to learn how to run a shop, then I'll teach you that as well. So mentorship is an opportunity. And what I like about how the market has changed from internship to apprenticeship is it directly speaks to my personal story. So the mentorship and the apprenticeship was hand in hand. And these are the type of systems that we're so fortunate to be developing here with Dakar, with all the wonderful people who are willing to, you know, mentor and guide and give back. So that's what I have to say about that.
And I'll take us out by saying that I've never had a mentor for myself personally. I believe I probably have. I just don't know if I can pinpoint one person. But all you guys here today are mentoring this program. And I was told that mentors are people who give unconditionally. They have big hearts, big ears, and little mouths. And so, again, I appreciate everything that has happened today, and especially the folks here in these chairs, because, you know, I'm going to take this and, you know, pitch it to a lot of other people who don't know how to get involved with mentoring, but want to. So again, I want to thank each and every one of you guys. And again, this concludes our day, National Apprenticeship Day 2025. Go get it. All right. Thank you.
All right.
How are you?